Hey guys, my name is Lilly and today I'm in the forest because I want to try out my new hybrid bow. Alright, so this here was the first thing I put onto my bow. It's a compound bow sight, pretty cheap. I think I only paid like 15 euros on Amazon or even cheaper. And yeah, for this you need a couple of holes in the bow, so it doesn't work with all bows. So if your bow doesn't have holes in the riser, then you cannot attach this. So make sure that you get a bow where the riser has pre-drilled holes. Okay, so I mounted this onto the bow and then my accuracy improved a lot. However, it was not always working right, and that's because I didn't have a peep at the bowstring. And this is a small, like a hole where you can look through when aiming, and this will increase your accuracy dramatically. Alright, so you can order this on Amazon. I will put a link into the description below where I got it from. And it comes with this rubber tubing, which is flexible. However, it's pretty short, okay? So if I draw the bow, it will be too short and maybe break. And this is why I have prolonged the rubber tubing with this small string here. This is not flexible. This is just fast flight string, which is used for bowstrings. And I have attached it to the flexible rubber here. Why is this rubber important? Because when you're drawing the bow, the peep always turns to the side, you know, and this rubber will pull the peep to the right position so that you can actually look through the small hole. And I've attached this with the small eye screw. So it's a screw which has an eye on top, and I've drilled a small hole into the bow, and then I inserted this eye screw, okay, and this is where I have attached the string here. So that's what I have done, and today I want to try out and see how good I can really shoot with this bow, how good my accuracy is, and if I have to make more adjustments. So the only downside of this setup is that you are going to get really slow. So it takes time to set up this and to click it into the D loop, so it's all taking more time. But at least the accuracy is much better. 8, 9, 10. Too high. Ah, that's better. I'm getting there. So now I do not shoot the arrows over the shelf. I have installed this arrow rest, which is very cheap, out of plastic here, and yeah, it increases the accuracy a little bit, but you still could shoot the arrows over the shelf, no problem. Okay, a little bit to the right. Okay, let's get the arrow. I know at this distance it should go really like into the small circle here, but I still have to get accustomed. And yeah, there are still a couple of errors that you can make. So if you draw a little bit more or less, then you will get up and down. So it really, the setup that I have now is not erasing every error that you can make, but it's going to help you a lot. Alright, so now we have a much better grouping, which I like, but I'm still up to the right, so I'm going to take a couple of more shots, and then maybe I'm going to move the side here. I always have a couple of hex keys with me, so I can make adjustments to the bow. Yeah, the great thing with this setup is that you don't need finger protection anymore. So usually I shoot with this and this for the fingers, but with the release you don't touch the string anymore. Okay, that's it. I moved it just a little bit to the right, not much. Yes! Yes! That's it, guys. But it's still going high. That's really good. So I was aiming with the first pin, but it's still going high. I just go farther away now and see how it performs at 15 meters. So if I use the pin at 15 meters, the first pin, I should be right in the center. 4, 5. Okay, that's my grouping at 15 meters with the first pin. So maybe I should adjust it to the second pin. Okay, let's go farther away again. 18. Wow, I'm shaking a lot now. Okay, this is the last one I shot. And these were the first two ones. Look at the small grouping, perfect. But I'm still a little bit high. Yet this time I had more draw, so it's really, sometimes if you draw just a little bit more like this, then you shoot higher. Okay, now I try to use the bow but without the sight, and let's see how good I am without using all of the sights. Now the good thing about my setup is that I can still use the bow without all of the sights. I can still just, you know, take the arrow and shoot it over the bare shelf. I don't take the trigger release anymore, but I just take the string and I aim over the tip of the arrow. 18 meters is really far for, you know, for a bare bow. Okay, that's my grouping at 18. So let's go farther away and try out the aim. 22, 23, 24. That's far away. Okay, first let's do it this, okay? This way. First I'm going to shoot without the sights, so just over the bare shelf. And then next time I'm going to use the sights, and then we will really see if I'm much better with the sights on or not. Oh my god, I hit the ground. Pretty good. Oh. Okay, this is me at 25 meters. Not a pretty good grouping, except for 2 arrows. At this distance I cannot really estimate anymore where I have to aim with the arrow tip. So let's see if I can do better with the compound sight now. Okay, 24 meters. Now I'm going to use the sights. It's pretty far. A little bit high, so I try to aim lower. Too low? Oh my god. To the right. Okay. Okay, the first arrow was very low because I was taking the wrong pin. There's only one thing that I have to change now, because I was using the second pin and actually I want to use a lower pin. Okay, now I try the third pin. A little bit high. In the middle. Finally. Yeah, I try not to death grip the bow because then you're shaking more, so I opened up the hand, but I forgot to like squeeze my fingers a little bit, so now I lost the bow, but that's fine. First time that this happened to me. Okay, but the grouping is great. Let's take a look. Wow, I mean, this is one of the best groupings I've ever had at 24 meters. Hands down, okay? Hands down, the best grouping. Look at this. Now the thing is, I'm still going to the right a little bit and up. So up is no problem, I can choose another pin. But I would still have to move the compound bow side to the right. Just a little bit. Look at this grouping. It's really good for this distance. Okay. I mean, this is amazing. 24 meters. Amazing. So, yeah. And this one went right into the middle. I'm really happy with the setup, I have to say. So I've been doing archery for 16 years now. And only in the last 2 years I started to use sights on my bow. Before that I was always shooting blank, you know, with nothing else but the shelf. And I was always pretty accurate up to 15, 18 meters. But everything further, like 24 meters, I was happy when I was hitting the target here. But now with all of my modifications, which is basically making a hybrid bow out of this recurve bow, I'm more accurate. And here in Austria, you know, you will get strange looks. Like if you show up with this bow at an archery range, they will look at you like, huh? What are you doing? But I don't really care, because everything that improves my accuracy I will use, and I think it's pretty much fun to use this bow here. But I still like to, you know, use bare bows as well, so I like to shoot both bows. So now a couple of people might ask, why are you not using a compound bow instead of this here? I had a compound bow actually, and I have to be honest, I never really 100% liked it. And with the configuration of a compound bow, you have almost no weight when you're pulling back the bow, and then you're shaking less and you get even more accurate. So if that's something you want, that's okay. But for me, a compound bow is too complicated. Okay, it comes with cables instead of a bowstring, and if you have a problem with it, so let's say for example if you damage the cable and it rips, then you probably won't have to get the chance to repair it in the wilderness. So you would need a bow press and all kinds of technical equipment, and I don't need it for this one here. So even if this breaks, or the peep breaks, or this breaks, I can still use this bow in a traditional fashion. And even if I lose the bowstring, I can make another one with paracord, for example. And that's something you can't do with a compound bow. So I'm not dissing compound bow users, I respect them, I have just the biggest respect for all of the compound bow shooters, but it's not for me. And I really like to pack lightweight, so this bow I can, you know, screw apart, and then you can put it into your rucksack and take it into the wilderness. And a compound bow is really big and heavy, you cannot screw it apart, you have to leave it in one piece. And now I'm shaking quite a lot with this bow, because at the end it's 40 pounds. But the compound bow itself, although it has this light weight at the end of the draw, I was still shaking with the compound bow because it was so heavy. Okay, it's much heavier than this setup. And then after a couple of shots, you know, my muscles were fatigued, and then I was shaking with the compound bow just as I was shaking with this one. So to me, the shaking doesn't make a difference. Alright guys, so that's it for today. And all of the parts that I'm using, you will find in the description of this video. And for the arrows, I'm using arrows with 500 spine, and these are carbon arrows. So I am a big fan of carbon arrows. I don't use wooden arrows anymore, because those can easily break, and they also can deform, and then they are not straight anymore. I really want to thank you for watching, and if you want to support my channel, please check out my web store. You will find another link in the description below. And yeah, archery makes a lot of fun, and I really love it, and I think it's a great sport, and I should really train more because, yeah, I don't shoot regularly, but I will try to practice every week now, and then I hope that my accuracy will get much better. I really want to thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and maybe leave me a like and a comment, and stay tuned till next time. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.